Good afternoon, guys. So today we will talk about on the World Environment Day regarding the current affairs of the 5th of June. So first of all, let's talk about, as I was telling you, that RBI is highly unlikely to cut down any of the interest rate regarding the repo rate and also the lending rate that it was supposed that will inject unnecessary liquidity as the country is currently going through another pandemic or second wave of the pandemic, not another pandemic. Now, in that particular regard, there are two things I have told you. The room that is available for the Reserve Bank of India to basically cut down the interest prices have declined or have depreciated. There is less room that is currently available, so they have not done it. Other things that I have told you, I think 2 or 3 days before, that the forecast with regard to the revision of the GDP is also, or the growth of the GDP is also going to be revised downwards, and this is what Reserve Bank of India have done. So from 10.5%, they have said that the actual GDP forecast for the fiscal year would be 9.5%. So that is the other thing that they have done. Other than that, they have also said that the CPI, that is the consumer price inflation, would be close to in fiscal year 22 at about 5.1%. So for whole of the year, the inflation would be on the higher side. So any relief in the prices with respect to the vegetable, fruits, pulses, or all households and daily items is highly unlikely for the rest of the year till the next March of 2022. That is, you should understand clearly, although there will be certain revisions, temporary nature, of temporary nature, but they will not be substantial and the inflation will remain on the higher side, close to 6%. The next one is the Delta variant led to most post-vaccine infection in Delhi. So the vaccine infection that have occurred in Delhi, the persons who have gotten the vaccine, they were still getting infected because of the COVID. And in that, the Delta variant that is associated with the origin of the mutation that found in India is called, has been responsible for multiple infections. Now the transmissibility of this particular mutant is more as compared to the other, so it is, you can say, 75% more transmissible to the other variant that earlier we had, and it is a pervasive variant that has been found in India. So it has been found that most of the cases that were found, they have generally at least 12 mutation, for which the Indian variant or the variant that is Delta variant has also been designated as a variant of concern by World Health Organizations. So आई थिंक दैट इज क्लियर. कोई चीज़ें इसमें डिटेल में जाने की, इससे ज़्यादा डिटेल में जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. द नेक्स्ट न्यूज़ इज रिलेटेड टू two cheers. Now what is this two cheers associated with? So I hope you remember yesterday there was a STG index that has been released by Niti Aayog, or STG India index. Now what is the purpose of the index? The purpose of the index is basically to track down the target goal completion of the states with regard to the achievement of the SDGs, that is the Sustainable Development Goals, by 2030. Now the score of 100 for any particular state will indicate that they have achieved all the Sustainable Development Goals even before the deadline, although we are in the year 2021 and the goals had to be completed by 2030, but there is a competitive, accountable and transparent process under which Niti Aayog is basically infusing a competition among the states, so they will be better performing with respect to the achievements into the SDGs. Already we know that Kerala had topped, followed by Tamil Nadu and followed by the state of HP. Now in that, the cumulative score of HP have increased, but we have slipped to third place. The maximum score, or the state which is very near to achievement of the SDG is Kerala. Other than that, if we talk about the overall capacity of the India as a state, that is the country of India as a state, has also increased. Earlier we were in 2019 a score of 60. This year we have been a score of 66, and this is majorly attributed to the major flagship schemes that the government have introduced with regard to the availability of the water, that is the Jal Jeevan Mission, the facility of the housing, the facility of the clear drinking water, the ramping up of the health coverage, and other small schemes which have been provided direct benefits to the poor people. However, the major drawback, yesterday we also discussed, is the change in the goalpost that Niti Aayog have done, or you can say change in the terminology or association of defining of a particular sector that related to inequality. When we talked about inequality, last year the inequality was generally on economic basis, and it focused on the per capita income of households. So how much households are earning, that was the sole concern. Followed by there was Gini coefficient, and then there was Palmer coefficient. Now, these were the three criteria last year, but this time the social inequality has been changed from economic inequality to social inequality. In social inequality, the things that were currently taken into consideration were how much representation of the women are in the Panchayati Raj institutions, so it will look or make better the outlook of India as a whole, because in Panchayati Raj we have 50% reservation, and in certain legislative institutions there is substantial amount of women that are present, but that certain privilege is currently to only certain amount of people. Then there is the crimes that are being committed against SC and STs, so that has been the another factor that has been listed. Now with regard to that, the author who have written this article is highly critical of the view that the government in the time of the pandemic have not taken the stock of the inequality that have risen among the poor people and the rich people, and there need to be a type of a balancing act that is needed to be put in place so that a better reality on ground could be done. Other than that, there have been decline on the part of innovation, industry and infrastructure. So in that three sectors, as the economy is declining, so therefore the three sectors are also declining, and that have a bearing on the people who are earning from this sector, who are contributing or who are to get benefited from this sector. So these are some of the things that have happened, but the methodology that has been changed has been flagged by certain economists that you cannot change the flag post just to boost up the numbers. But even if it have boosted up a number, it is a reality that under the SDG index, there have been a better realization of the availability of sustainable development goals or the targets that have been mentioned in them as compared to the previous year. So you should not be bothered about it. Okay. The next one is the winds of the change. So this is related to the situation in the Israel. I hope you remember the 8 coalition party basically have decided to come up, and they have decided that Netanyahu will be replaced. And this is a 120 member Knesset in which different 9 or 10 parties are basically competing for claiming a stake to the government. Now, Netanyahu is a right-wing party. It has been hoped that after the Gaza attacks and the harsh stance that Mr. Netanyahu have basically taken over for a larger period of time would basically provide a political advantage and allow him to stay for longer on the helms of the power and also contain the government or the stability of the government for a near future. But it did not happen. The opposition party who have been involved, they have said that they have formed a majority, but we will again have to see how fractious, how feeble, or how you can say vulnerable this particular majority would be, whether it will stand the test of time, or whether in the last 2 years as it is happening, in the last 4 years there have been 3 elections that has been called in the state of Israel, or whether we are heading for another form of Israel if there is no political party that is going to basically stake the game for the formation of the government. However, it seems now that the longest streak of any Israeli prime minister on the head of the government has currently ended from 2009 to 2020-21. So for 12 years he had remained the prime minister, but there are serious corruption charges, handling of the pandemic, and also taking down certain issues with regard to the Hamas. So these were the criticisms that have been happening, but moreover there have been some winds of change that have started blowing. We just have to wait that how faster will they blow, or how much is the gradient of the winds of change is to. Okay. So I hope this is clear. The next one is the saving biodiversity and securing Earth future. So I hope you remember all the issues that are related to biodiversity. I will not go into the article. Very badly written article. Very, very badly written article, I must say. Kamal Baba, whatever, it seems like he was just writing the article when he was going to the bed. There is no structuring, no analysis of data. Whatever came to his mind, he have wrote it in a, you can say, single go. Never checked it, never thought about it. Whatever comes to his mind, he have written. So he was just defining the World Environment Day, and then he defined the world rich biodiversity. India have vast culture. Then he talked about ecosystem. There is biodiversity. These are the potential sources for spiritual enrichment and intimately linked to our physical and the well-being. So what kind of line is this? Our biodiversity serve as a perpetual source of spiritual enrichment. What kind of spiritual enrichment we are seeking for biodiversity? but there may be some people, but I don't think that this happens. But chaliye, whatever he has said, after that he have said that there is staggering value of forest. So two or three data he have given that the total estimate of the forest is approximately 1 trillion rupees if we talk about in the economic value. Other than that, when we talk about, we have lost globally 7% of the forest since 2000. In India, he have not given any data which was required, but still the fact that he remembered, he have written. Other than that, he says that the climate change and the ongoing pandemic have put additional stresses on the natural resources. And I'm still not able to understand why the ongoing pandemic have put stress on the forest or on the biodiversity. He have not explained it. He have just made a statement, but he have not explained that how the biodiversity is threatened because of pandemic. I Even the biodiversity, it was opposite in the time of the pandemic. The biodiversity was thriving. The people and the we have seen some animals who were roaming on the roads. Some tigers who have traveled to the roads, but unnecessary statements he have made. Whatever he wanted to write, he have written. Now, other than that, he have talked about the important thing that we have to talk about is the national mission on the biodiversity and the human well-being. Now, this is a program that the government have started. The major objective is the restoring, conserving, and sustainable utilization of biodiversity, consideration for the development programs with regard to the balance of health, environmental change, the local communities, the vulnerable communities, and in that we have to basically provide a type of a balanced, calibrated approach with regard to the usage of biodiversity and the things that we basically want to take from the nature. Now, in that, when we talk about, there have been rural landscapes and public health that he had talked about two basic issues. So again, the same thing, we have already seen the transfer of the zoonotic diseases from the wild. If the wild biodiversity is kept preserved, there is less risk of human suffering from any kind of uh, transmissible infectious diseases as we have seen in this particular case. Other than that, there have been mitigation program. Now this mitigation program, if we include tourism and other sectors, with regard to the that conservation of biodiversity could provide a better employment prospect and also could provide a better understanding of the बायोडाइवर्सिटी इन नियर टर्म्स. तो इसको पढ़ लीजिएगा, काफी अजीब आर्टिकल लिखा है. चलिए, नेक्स्ट वन इज द टाइम टू लिमिट ग्लोबल वार्मिंग इज मेल्टिंग अवे. सो दिस इज रिटन बाय Alok Sharma, who is COP26 president. Now, please remember, June 5 is going to celebrate it as the World Environment Day every year. Now, in that, we have to take a stock on the change that is currently happening. So, already we have talked about the Paris Climate Goal. The Paris Climate Goal is basically going for 2 degrees Celsius, but hopefully, ideally, we are going for 1.5 degrees Celsius. Although how smaller the temperature range seems, but it creates huge difference with respect to the changes in the weather pattern and in the climate overall, or the changes in the biodiversity. He have said that India have committed, and if we want to go on the same path of containment of the climate change, there are 3 or 4 things that are needed to be taken care of. First, he says that there is a need of a political will among all the people, and in that it seems that government of India have enough political will, and also the development path that India can show to the world, that a different kind of development model can be produced from the sources of renewable energy which can be used to produce power and can be utilized to have the realization of the power demand of a particular country. Now, basically, the fuels, when we talk about, we can switch over either to the natural source of mean or either to the non-renewable source of mean. So, non-renewable source of mean basically create different kind of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere that currently threaten the temperature range that we are targeting as a whole. The second one is nature also provide resilience, as we have seen in the case of the climate change. There have been different kind of cyclone creations in the Bay of Bengal that have been affected on the part of West Bengal, which is currently occupied by Sundarbans. So there is a prevention of large population if they are living in Sundarbans, but this biodiversity also help us in preventing the major disaster that may happen. Then there is the issue of finance. The developed nation have basically promised 100 billion in assistance to the developing nation for mitigating the climate change and switching over with respect to the technology and the expertise that is needed. So This is basically was committed by the 12th nation, and they have said that 100 billion will be made every year, but that has not been made available since 2020, and it was agreed, but they have stayed away from it. Other than that, there is a collaboration, so there is a need of consensus among the government and the people and other persons who are involved in it, and who basically want to work together as a team to contain the rise of the temperature. And he finally says that if we have to act, this is the decade that we have to act in its whole. And one important information that he have also given, he have said that the COP26 that is going to happen will be going to happen in Glasgow, that is located in UK, on November 1 to November 12 2021. So there may be other things that may be agreed here, तो उस बात को ध्यान रखिएगा. Next one is the Defense Acquisition Council that was headed by the Defense Minister, have basically given a go-ahead for the 6 conventional submarines. So these 6 conventional submarines will be manufactured in India under the project 75 P75I, and I stand for indigenous. It will have a air independent propulsion. This air independent propulsion will help Navy to stay underwater for a larger period of time, and it does not have to basically come to the surface to collect the fresh air and fresh air and oxygen. So that is what has been happening. Now this program has been running from 1990s, and the estimated cost is of 43,000 crore. Please remember, the new sanction of 6 submarines is here, but the proposal first was presented in 1993. It was said that the Make in India project needed to be given a go ahead with. Now the government have said that they are going for a construction program that has been running from 30 years, and more orders will be placed with respect to the protection of the Indian Ocean and the increasing of the Chinese influence or surveillance in the Indian Ocean. So that is why the need has been felt, and 43,000 crore is the actual estimated cost that has been provided under this particular department. So I hope this is clear. The next one is US vaccine gift may not be substantial. So it is said that only 2 to 3 million vaccine will be available, and 2 to 3 millions means 20 to 30 lakh vaccines will be available under the US vaccine gift. So 20 to 30 lakh vaccines will be available, so that is not much, but still there have been restrictions that has been lifted on the vaccine ingredients. तो इसको पढ़ लीजिएगा. I don't know how much vaccines will be allocated by US to India. They have a pool of approximately 5 crore vaccines, and how they will be distributing that particular amount of vaccines among the African nations and among the Indian nations still remains to be seen. But we can't be very hopeful with regard to the stocks that we will be getting from USA. The next one is Serum Institute get DCGI not to produce Sputnik 5. So Sputnik 5 will be now produced in India. So now the government of India have finally provided a way to manufacture major kind of vaccines in India, so that the availability and the production will increase. The Covishield and the other will increase. Serum Institute have also gotten a not to produce Sputnik 5 in India. So Russia have helped us. They have provided a type of a waiver with respect to the transfer of technology as for the production of the vaccine in India. The next one is the expedite process of filing of judicial vacancies. The Chief Justice of India have told all the Chief Justices of the state that whatever you do, the High Court's vacancy should not lie vacant. And he have also suggested that the High Court should reflect the social diversity of the country. He said that there should be an alternative way to look out for the virtual hearing facility in every courtroom, so that the courtroom could be providing justice in a fast manner. Even during the pandemic, we have been faced with this particular problem. So the online digital media should also be excluded. He also talked about the hesitancy among the vaccine among certain states, and what are the people and why they are not getting vaccinated. He also talked about the digital divide with respect to the rural and the tribal areas. Wherever there is less connectivity, we have to provide through mobile video conferencing the cases that the people have filed, and if they can understand it. So I hope this is clear. The next one is the INS Sandhak decommissioned. So this is a hydrographic survey ship which was in service for 40 years, has been participated in many significant operations. Hydrographic means it will talk about the hydrographic and other part. So the ship has been designed by the radiographer Government of India, Rear Admiral F.L. Fraser. Now he wanted basically have a hydrographic survey vessels in India so that they would be better able to understand the topography of the sea, and it has been decommissioned. So 200 major hydrographic surveys and numerous minor surveys has been taken by it on the east and the west coast and Andaman and the neighboring countries. So after that it have collected all the data. It is now has been decommissioned after 40 years. याद रखिएगा क्या नाम है, संध्यक. ठीक है, ये डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन आ सकता है बिकॉज दिस इज अ स्टैंड अलोन आइटम. ठीक है, दिस वाज वन ऑफ अ काइंड शिप and please remember the name INS Sandhyak. The next news is related to Reserve Bank of India had hospitality sector aid with 15,000 crore credit window. So now what the Reserve Bank of India have said? They have said that there is a 15,000 crore availability that the banks will be extending to the hospitality sector, that is close contact sector, and they have said that the amount will be available for up to 31st March 2022. So more infusion of liquidity or the cash starved tourism sector could be getting some of the infusion with regard to the availability of the you can say credit, which would basically provide a certain relief for the crisis that they are currently in. उसको पढ़ लीजिएगा. नेक्स्ट वन इज आरबीआई टू परचेज GSECs worth 1.2 lakh crore in the second quarter. So the government securities will be bought. What happens if the Reserve Bank of India buy government securities? The liquidity in the market increases. So as the liquidity will increase, how much it will increase? It will increase by 1.2 lakh crore. So that is a huge amount. It is, you can say, as huge as we can see. The total economy of the country, if we talk about, would be, I think, close to $3 trillion to 3 lakh crore dollars. That would be the total economy if we talk about. But 1.2 lakh crore will be provided. ठीक है, तो इस बात को ध्यान रखिएगा. बहुत बड़ा अमाउंट है 1.2 lakh crore का. GSECs work, so there will be more liquidity in the market. The next one is the RBI view on cryptocurrency stays has major concern. Reserve Bank of India have again said, as the cryptocurrencies are making headrooms in India and lot of fluctuations has been seen in that. So they have said that the circulars have clarified very clearly that the Reserve Bank of India is not very sure of the cryptocurrencies who do not have a sovereign character. So that became a highly risky medium to basically trade, and that could also led to the instability with regard to the currency in a particular state. So that's what they have said, and that is what the stance remains the same. So we do not have any clarity on cryptocurrencies. So I hope that is clear. Okay, so I think that is it for today.